We got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
All right, you dusty denizens, back in the house, punching the clock. I was planning something different, and this is what happens. But you know how you scroll just in case you miss something that you really want to kind of get uh, invigorated and interested in something that you actually want to do. Okay, and today was one of those days, man. I happened to be scrolling, and something came up on my timeline, and it's Kendra G. And this particular episode really pissed me off. Okay, it really pissed me off. But we'll get into that. But it is related to the baby mama problem, but not in the way you think, because we actually touched on that yesterday about Keisha going to Thailand. Okay, and how Keisha takes what she does with her. Okay, and this is going to emphasize that point, but in a way that people might have seen it already, but in a way that I didn't expect. And I didn't expect it to set me off this way. But anyhow, hopefully I don't rant, because this morning, man, when I saw this shit this morning, man, I was pissed. I'm gonna tell you, I was pissed. Okay, I was pissed. But we'll get into it. Prince is batting first. Okay, Captain Obvious. Okay, batting second. Okay, move that runner along. And Louis. Okay, the Louisville Slugger, man. Go ahead and move them runners along, driving that first run. Luther, what's happening? Got clean up. Adric, what's up? Creating Triple OG, what's going on? Eddie, what's happening? Ash, what's happening? Oh, wait a minute. I got one for you. I got one for you, Ash. I got one for you, okay? Hold on.
I knew you'd come back.
I trust you didn't lose sleep over it.
Worrying about you be like wondering if the sun gonna come up. Ain't about to wild out over it.
I knew Ash would show up for this one, okay? Turtle Bitcoin, what's up? Turtle Bitcoin, man, check out the Gen Z protest going on in Eastern Africa right now, man. It's talking about the YNs, man. The YNs are wilding, man. The YNs are wilding, man, in like Kenya and Uganda. The YNs are going ham, man. Snowman, what up? AL, what's happening? Martin Muhammad, what's going on? Kevin, what's happening? Shannon Moore, excuse me. What's happening? You losing? What's happening? Love Gun, and watch from the mouth of the Leviathan. Okay. You said you have a new VC now as an avid subscriber. Okay, just paying forward the information you great. Okay, cool. Joe's, what's happening? Yeah, man, I've been hearing, I think this is Dr. Marif was doing, but hearing a lot of stuff that I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, man, start to spread out into the media. So I have a feeling that it's, there's something I said yesterday or Tuesday. I heard Jamal Thomas say like this morning. So evidently they're watching. The Black Toxic, what's going on? Saint Cyr? I heard that, baby. Proud not to be in that number. I don't think you would ever be. I don't. Well, I can't say that because it happens, but I don't think your mother would have stood for it. Gabar, what's happening? Brooklyn's finest, what's happening? Quentin Ferro, okay, in the Gynocracy Central in Atlanta. Mr. Shug to you, what's happening? Horowitz and Feinberg, what's happening? Kelvin, what's happening? Inspired Truth, more fun time. I don't know about that. Big Trick, what's happening? What up, BGS? Our favorite limousine liberal has added now a guy named Cam James. Okay. Who the hell is Cam James? Okay. Oh, wait, his girlfriend is Ethiopian, so we already know. Okay. I don't. Who is Cam James? See, Beador, what's happening? Xander with a Z, what's up? Barry Hamilton, what's going on? Independent POV. Dr. L's. Hey, Dr. L, okay. For whatever reason, the show that I did with my mentor where we had a disagreement, they didn't post it, okay? They tucked that one away because I was waiting for it. And I was looking on YouTube because she has a YouTube channel, and it wasn't on there either. So he didn't send it to me because I actually requested it. He didn't send it to me. And so evidently they're gonna keep that one quiet. I wish I could have it. I should have recorded it. The Watcher, what's happening? Why is YouTube buffering this transmission? I don't know. They always do the most. Sonic Warrior, what's happening? The Watcher. So you doing a game tonight without Caitlin, Snowman? The Watcher, what's going on? Hey, Art, what's happening, man? Where you been? Pragmatic Prime, Delquavius. Back in the building. And we're going to have, Delquavius, I hope you ain't one of these dudes I'm getting ready to highlight. Okay. Lamont Sanders, Mr. Shook to you. Bo Johnson. Yeah. This is the Pookie one. Yes, sir. You got it. And Ashley Jeffrey, what's happening? Black Males, what's going on? Dr. Thunder, you're going to like this one, Dr. Thunder. I'm sure you're going to cover this one. Babu. Kennard. In fact, if I were you, I'd be covering it. I don't know if you covered it or not because I didn't see this morning. But I'm sure if you haven't, you will cover this one. Ray, what's happening? Yeah, Ray. Yes, that's true. Kareem, what's going on? Killer Mike, what's going on? Captain Obvious, Dr. D, the Pookinator too. Yeah, I think you guys have seen it, right? The lead blockchain developer, what's happening? Ray, what's happening? Darius Darden, what's going on? Micah L. Calvin Rogers, Sir Him. SL, what's happening? Hit the likes, please. Deron, what's happening? Let's see what else we got. Calvin, what's happening? Brother John, Afro Merchant, Joe's. Yeah, it's gonna be an yeah, it was. I don't normally get upset because it's her show, but I don't like. There's a certain way I don't like. Well, I don't mind being talked to a certain way, but I don't like. Okay, there's one thing I do not like. Okay, when they said I don't know who you talk to. Okay, I don't like. One thing I do not like. Okay, my audience is very varied. I respect you guys, man. I always hold you guys in the highest of esteem, right? You can say a whole bunch of things, but you cannot disrespect my audience. Okay, you cannot do that. I don't like that. If you want to set BGS off, disrespect his audience. I will jump on you in a heartbeat. The evil twin will come out with all kind of swords. Okay, I don't like that. If you want to come at me, because what I say, that's fine. I am open to criticism, but you cannot come after my audience. That's the way I roll. MS Delta, what's up? Appreciate you. There's Instant Media beaming in. Oh, you've been working too hard, man. You come on, man. Come on, Art. You get that money. Come on. Harvest 2, what's happening? Encrypted Wolf. Kendra G. Oh yeah. Super Saiyan, yeah. But the thing is, I have an angle that I just want to put. Sir, him, the baby mom problem is pervasive. My baby mama just had toward 35, 5 kids by 4, and is never in a relationship at the time of their birth. Okay, because they're never supposed to be. That's the problem. That's the real problem. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I just want to say one thing to the Black community before we get started.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
All right, because I always wonder, man. I mean, this particular issue, okay, has never been solved. Okay, never been solved. Okay, and it's been going. I don't think they want it to be solved because this stuff has been going on since slavery. Okay, this is how our culture was formed around us. And the thing is that we're still doing the same shit we did in the slave farms, the exact same stuff. It ain't never changed. Okay, it's never changed. No matter how many times you point it out. Okay, no matter how many times you point it out or how many times you point to it, right? It's always the same thing. Okay, Black women get to do what they want, and guess what? Okay, and when all else fails, guess what?
I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
Say, okay, it's always Jermaine's fault. But I want to start with this because this kind of reminded me of this particular short. Reminded me of that because I should have clipped it when I saw it. Okay, I should have clipped it, took a screenshot. Okay, because I knew if I didn't at the time, I was never going to get it again because YouTube, what is it? Google and search engines took it down. You can't even find it anymore, right? Okay. Out of, I think it's 1.1 million Black pregnancies a year, and only 17% of them are actually in wedlock. 17%, okay? Give or take. 18% are in wedlock, okay? 42% are aborted, okay? And the other half were born out of wedlock. So yeah, 42% are aborted, 41% of that make it are out of wedlock, and only 17% are actually born within wedlock. 17%. That is absolutely upside down. Okay. But the thing is, Black women, that's what Black women want. Jeffrey, appreciate you. Okay, let's start with this one because this is something that kind of signifies what Black women are actually on, right? I know you guys seen this before, right?
So two women, one being this young lady here who's a pro-life activist, Savannah Craven. And she got into it with this young lady here named Brianna Rivers on the streets of New York. We're about to see how just a simple conversation turns into something crazy. Let's go.
Not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
You have a channel?
Yeah, we're doing some interviews today.
I love your skin tone too.
Thank you. Such a good vibe.
Of course.
Well, awesome. So we're asking people's opinion today on Planned Parenthood. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what they provide?
Yes. Abortions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Safe abortions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know any other services that they provide?
I know, like, to teens, if you're under 18, you could get like birth control, condoms, counseling. They offer a lot of, beneficial things that the youth really should use right now.
A few moments later.
As teens, people explore. And it's like, as funny as you want to be, people should still have the choice.
So you went from saying that my outfit was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed. And I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm
That's
saying.
really.
What the
you do? She attacked my wife.
Your wife is attacking. Why is it following me? Why you following me?
In other words, that's what you get, right? That's how they feel about natalism, right? About having babies and getting pregnant, kind of stuff. They feel it's their right. Okay, they care more about sex than they care about actually raising children. Okay. So that's how they feel because, that's how come abortion thing was really important to them. That's how come Michelle Obama actually was standing up for it, right? Okay. Is because they want the right to have an abortion, right? Because there's another one I should have clipped too. Okay, out of all the men, as a group, right? Black men use condoms most. 60 to 70% of black men, when they surveyed it, use condoms. Okay, 70%. White men only use condoms 30%. Okay. 30% of the time, but white men use condoms. Okay, everybody else is in the middle somewhere. The black men use birth control and condoms more than any other group. Okay, guess who uses birth control the least? Black women. Black women hate birth control. They hate all the other kind of birth control. They depend on what? They depend on abortion. They don't like condoms and all that other kind of crap. They don't like that stuff. Ask anybody. Black women do not like for you to use condoms. I said the same here, brother. I'm above ground and grinding. Okay. Now this is the video that set me off. Okay. See if I can find it real quick. And this is an African brother. I agreed with him, right? Now, I actually agreed with him because he was doing a review of this one, and I absolutely agreed with him, right? This is it's a Boogie Reacts Entertainment, right? Okay, he's African, and Kendra G attacks black woman with 3 kids by 3 different women. Yes, she likes single mothers, which she does. Okay. All right, now, I know brothers like this. I have issues with it. Okay, with black men to do this shit, but the thing is, her attitude towards him, I absolutely agree with him. Now he's African, okay, so he's not in the culture, and listen to what he says about it, because he's fairly neutral about it.
Kendra, why are you making those faces when you've had women here who have 5 kids by 5 men, and you never make those faces? Kendra, this is a double standard. I hate this. I'm not saying he's okay, but I'm saying when women come on her show and have 3 kids by 3 different men, she never makes the same face she's making right now. It's the double standards.
This bad, Kendra? I got homeboys and stuff got 6, 7 kids. You know what I'm saying?
We compare you to your ragged ass friends. The reason why I'm telling you why it's bad, because you got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So that's 3 women that you got kids by, and you calling me, which means out of the 3 women that you got kids by, you couldn't settle down with any of them. And one is 1, one is 2, one is 3. Why the hell you?
Now when she can have a woman that has 6 kids by 6 different baby daddies, she don't have smoke for them. Okay, she don't have smoke for them. And she's always, well, mama, how come you couldn't settle down with one of your kids' baby fathers, right? And they always say, well, it's complicated. And she lets that go. But she gonna give this brother a lecture. Now he got 3. Now is he kosher? No, he isn't. He should get a tongue lashing. I don't mind him getting a tongue lashing, right? But the thing is, you don't have that tongue lashing from the mother chicks, all them baby mamas to show up wanting $100,000, okay, and wanting somebody to take care of their kids. Ain't got smoke for them. So it is a double standard. So I agree with the brother. Yeah, well, we're actually going to get into the whole video, the whole interview, because I actually found it. Okay.
Can't be with any of your baby mamas.
Kendra, you never have this energy for single moms who call into your show.
Say it again, black man. Say it again, Jeffrey.
And this is why men are like, you give hope to single moms.
Yes.
I've never seen Kendra have this kind of energy for all the single moms who call her show. And remember, it's mostly single moms who call her show.
Yes.
She never goes in on them like this. And sometimes they have 5 baby daddies, but still, she never gives them this kind of energy. But once a man comes on with 3 kids and 3 women, she's going in.
I can be with them, but they younger than me. And I ain't gonna lie, man. I grow fast. I'm growing faster. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting smarter by the day. I'm experiencing, you know what I'm saying, by the day. So like,
and women say the exact same thing. I've been through things. I've grown. I've matured. Blah 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 blah. Now I agree. If you got 3 baby mamas and they're all that young, you shouldn't be on a dating show. Okay, you should not.
I mean, I'm saying like I get held up. You know what I'm saying? And the disrespect, a lot of stuff, you know, just can't go. And like I'm 30, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ahead of all my friends. That's my age. That's a little older than me, you know what I'm saying? Mentally. So a lot of females.
Yeah, ahead, really.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the ones, my baby mama, like I'm teaching them. You know what I'm saying? I gotta teach them and lead them. And they got a family that's pulling them a different way.
Yeah. You see, he's right though. How he's reacting to it. It's funny to him because he comes from a different culture. This would never fly in Africa. Okay, it would never fly in Africa. One thing my mentor said. Okay, she said American black men and women are in the reverse order of nature. Okay, every statistic I can't tell you, or upside down from everybody else. Okay, we have the most backward culture on the planet. The most backward culture on the planet. This shows you.
Robert, how old are your baby mamas?
27.
They're not that young.
31.
They're not that young. They're not that young. They're not younger than you. You're 30.
And 21.
See, they're not that young. Okay, 27 and 31. They're not that young.
Only the 21-year-old is a lot younger than you. 27 and the 31-year-old is older than you.
Yeah, one of them. She like, but she like 25 years old mentally though.
So you had a baby by her.
Yeah. So we just move forward. I'm gonna still let you go, but I got a couple questions. Were any of them pregnant at the same time? No. But there's 1, 2, and 3. None of the pregnancies overlap. Like you had one baby and it just got another girl pregnant that fast.
And now see how she's berating him. Okay, see how she's berating him. She don't do that to the women. She call them mama. She pat their hand. Oh, you know, it should have worked out. Oh, we can see what we can do for you. We can see if there's a man out there for you.
Well, my first 2 kids, I was kind of.
They don't act like 13-year-olds. This is a standard pattern. Okay, this is a standard pattern. It's been passed down for generations. You can go back to the slave farms. You can go back to Jim Crow. You can my own grandmother, God rest her soul. Right? Okay. She had 9 kids by 4 different guys. Okay, 9 kids by 4 different guys. This is very, very common. Okay, it's very uncommon. 67% of black women with more than 1 child are having by two different people. If a black woman has more than 1 child, almost 70% chance that she has it by more than 1 man. Unheard of. It doesn't exist anyplace else. It's the only place it exists is because we passed down the slave farm mentality down to the culture. It still exists today. Look at it. This is not 40 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago. This is today. This is today. It's not a curve. One thing that Bill Gates said, I agree with it. Okay, it's not a bug; it's a feature. Because it keeps getting passed down, and just like the girl in Africa, right? The Thai girl in Africa. I mean, the black girl in Thailand, right? Guess what? Did the same thing. You went 10,000 miles with not even a black dude, with a Chinese dude, and the same fucking result. And all the black women gathered around to support you. And you blowing up like I got an Asian baby in my belly, like it's something to be proud of. Anyway, a little bit more, and then we're gonna get into we actually go to the actual one where he actually came on. Okay.
Like dealing with both of them.
And these are the Pookies, you know. He's a Pookie. He's a real Pookie. He's the bad boys that they want.
He's a Pookie. He's not Cam Newton. He's not Future. Okay. He's not Cam Newton. He's not Future. Okay. He's not one of them rich dudes. Okay. He's a Pookie. Okay. I think he works in a warehouse. Okay.
because he had a baby with the first woman. In fact, I'm thinking about the last woman because he has kids with 3 women. What was the last woman thinking about to have a kid with a man who has 2 kids by 2 other women already? This is what, and this guy is the type of man that black women say, oh, black men are like this. No, these bookies, the bad boys, have multiple kids with multiple women. And guess what? His baby mamas are going to be asking for a rich man after having a baby with this kind of
Say it
guy.
again, black man.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
these are the guys women choose. It's just astonishing to me. They leave the good guys, they call them boring, they call them dusty and broke because they only make $60,000 and not willing them to take them to Tax and Caicos. And then they see this Pookie and they have kids with him. Multiple women at the same time. Damn. He's a future.
You know what I'm saying? But secretly.
So if the 31-year-old has a 25-year-old mindset, you're 30. How old is your mindset?
But like 35, 36.
35, 36. Yeah, that it tells you that he has older men that believe the same way he does. Okay, because they're raised the same way, and they're pissed off is because black men used to accept women with children. After they do some dumb shit like this, we should come in and say, the thing is, I'm proud of my Z's. I'm proud of my millennials, my Z's, and my A's. Okay. They say we're not showing up for that shit no more. They're breaking the generational curse. You know, there's a reason that 55% of black men do not have kids, aren't married, and don't have kids. But why does this keep happening? It's because of cats like this, man. Cats like this, women like this have babies for cats like this, okay? No to the reach back, okay? Raised by Keisha, man. Basically, he lives in the Keisha's kingdom. But your man got to be 6 feet with 6 figures and at least 6 cylinders in his car. Yep. This is what they call swag. This is what the educated lanes were complaining about, man. In the beginning of the black manosphere, right? Okay, them choosing. Why I don't know. Okay, they're complaining about these kind of guys. Okay, why I don't know, because this is a class thing. Okay, this is class. Okay. Let's go to the actual interview. We're actually going to go to the actual interview, and then we're going to skip around a little bit because she really gets on him after this. So let's go to the actual interview. We're going to play a little bit of the beginning. This is dad to 3 by 3 women. And so he's a 3 by 3. I'd rather take you to the zoo than dinner can change your life in a good way. Okay. In other words, he got swag.
30.
What you do for a living?
Do order selecting right now.
You do what, sir? Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones.
Order selector right now. I work at a warehouse.
He works at a warehouse, so he make about $25,000 a year.
Okay. You have any children?
Yeah. I got 3.
Okay. How many? 3 kids. How old are your 3 kids?
1, 2, and 3.
So in other words, as soon as he got a decent job, Keisha swooped in. Okay.
Are they all by the same woman?
Nah.
Look at him. Nah. Okay. Nah. Hell no.
How many women you got kids by?
3. Wait, that's bad. This bad, Kendra?
Come on, man. That's bad, Kendra.
I got homeboys and still got 6, 7 kids. You know
I know. I remember I was at a. It's got to be years ago. Gosh, man, can't believe how old I am. It's got to be almost 30 years ago. I was at the local hamburger spot, right? Something they're ordering, and I'm just waiting, right, for my order to come up. You know how the local hamburger joint is, right? And I'm standing outside with the rest of the fellas waiting for my order, right? And there's like 4 guys. Okay, now this is the middle of the day. 4 guys. Okay, none of them have regular jobs. I can see why, right? Okay, they all had multiple babies by multiple women, right? Okay. And the lowest number was 4. The highest number was 12. Okay. Highest number was 12 by 7 women. Okay. The lowest number was 4 by 3. And the average is about 8. Blew my mind. Blew my mind. So this is very common.
We ain't comparing you to your ratchet ass friends. The reason why, I'm gonna tell you why it's bad. Because you got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So that's 3 women that you got kids by, and you calling.
What thing is, Dr. D, is the thing is that I'm wondering why, you know, just like a man is actually people actually determine the class of the man by the woman that he dates. Okay, same thing by the woman, right? What kind of man does she like? What kind of man does she date? What kind of man is she seen with? I always used to tell so-called educated upper class men, right? Okay, black men, right? Why do you want Pookie's woman? That's Pookie's woman. Why do you want her? I don't care if you're dead outside your race. Why do you want Pookie's woman? As you get all those complaints about how they choose the Pookies and the thugs and the thuggos, right? The thing is, that should tell you that she's not in your class. Because the man that she with, the man that she has a baby by, is a representation of who she likes, of her choices, or sometimes of her class. That's her mentality. The man that she has a baby with, as Kevin used to say, the highest honor you can give a man is by replicating his genes, right? Okay. By a man that she's dating that represents her class. Why do you want to get a woman that actually likes these kind of guys? That taste is not going to go away. A man that likes hoes, the man that likes hoes is not going to go away. We talk as if the only reason he is not with the women is because of him. No, of course. I bet his baby mamas don't want to. But that's because we've heard the other side, right? Okay. Why do you want to have a baby by your jump off?
Me, which means out of the 3 women that you got kids by, you couldn't settle down with any of them. And one is 1, one is 2, one is 3. Why the hell you can't be with any of your baby mamas?
I can be with them, but they're younger than me. And I ain't gonna lie, man.
Nah, they ain't younger than you. Okay, the 31-year-old ain't younger than me.
I grow fast. I'm growing faster. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting smarter by the day. I'm experiencing. You know what I'm saying? By the day. So like, I'm saying like I get held up. You know what I'm saying? And the disrespect, a lot of stuff. You know, shit can't go. And like I'm 30. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm ahead of all my friends. That's my age. That's a little older than me. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. So
now, if you heard this guy talk, why would you want his woman?
A lot of females. You know what I'm saying? They like I'm the ones my baby mama like I'm teaching them. You know what I'm saying? I got to teach them and lead them. And they got a family that's pulling them a different way. You know what I'm saying?
And basically, he's the epitome of the buck back in slavery, right? He's the one that actually produces, gets the women pregnant for the guy that actually work in the fields. Okay, he's the buck. Okay, he's the concubine. He's the 12 to 5 guy normally. Okay, he's 12 to 5 guy. Just like that woman in Thailand. Okay. You wanted to have a baby by this Chinese guy and then bragged about you having an Asian baby and were happy about it. Now, all those women, because he's dating 2 women at the same time, right? And they know one got pregnant because I'm sure where he's from is a small area. And you know that he got kids. And you still not only get pregnant, but have a baby. Have a baby with him. Go 40 weeks, almost 10 months carrying a baby for a guy, okay? For a man or for yourself, okay? That's not an accident. That's a decision. Especially with all the birth control, the morning after pill, abortion, whatever you have, right? You made a decision to actually have that baby. 9 times out of 10, well, I don't believe in an abortion, okay? But you don't believe in birth control either. Stop breeding with slaves. Yeah. Anyway.
Robert. How old are your baby mamas?
27, 31, and 21.
Let's skip ahead because we play some of it.
I was raised by a gangster, not a real gangster, but a man that put me on the game. So by the time this is true. This is true. This is why men gotta step. This is why you gotta break the cycle, and you gotta be a daddy to your children and teach them the right way.
But he had to break the cycle. Okay, he has to break the cycle, not them.
So the cycle don't continue. That's gonna be your responsibility.
See, it's his responsibility to break the cycle, not them. Notice that is because she don't say that to the women. She don't say the person with the least amount of power to procreate, okay, is the one given the responsibility, okay? But he has to be the one to break the cycle. Even though 55% of the men do not have kids and are not married and growing, Black men are the biggest group of men without children and not married. But saying we still get the blame.
Responsibility as a father now to make sure you teach your kids, because even though I'm a girl, a lot of the things that I know is because my father taught me. I was raised by a gangster, not a real gangster, but a man that put me on the game. So by the time the world got to me, I was already knowledgeable of a lot of things because my daddy made sure he taught me. So you as a father, that's going to be you to break that curse, okay?
Right.
That's going to be important. All right, now let's continue. We got Robert, 30, works in the warehouse, Fort Worth, Texas. Dad of 3 kids.
Fort Worth, oh God, Fort Worth, Texas. Oh my God. Fort Worth, Texas. My goodness.
What's your zodiac sign?
Pisces.
Pisces.
He looks like a Pisces.
Hold on. Someone says you need to stop talking. Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna call you out by name because this is the problem right here. This is the problem right here. Yeah, exactly. This is the problem right here. I want to find. Well, y'all better be happy the comment section went up fast. But whoever said I need to stop talking, you probably the person that needs to hear the message the most with your dumb ass. See, all you want to do is come up here and watch my show, and y'all miss teachable moments.
And she aggravated. She ain't got none of that smoke when them baby mamas with 6, 7 kids are up there. None of that smoke, right? It's always Jermaine's fault, right?
Teachable moments are very important. And like he said, there was a truth to what he said. A lot of us, well, not a lot of us, but a lot of people in our community didn't have a father figure. And it's important. I believe mothers are important. I believe the father is important too. So that was an important message for your dumb ass that didn't want anybody else to hear it. All right, back to you, Robert. Let me stay focused. Yeah. All right, we got Robert. What kind of woman you looking for?
Man, somebody that gonna definitely grow though. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's not real materialistic. Somebody that's basically for sure like they eat right. You know, because I'm just trying to
remember. I showed a video of guys that couldn't read. Every day he does order picking, so he got to be able to read. So at least kind of.
Well, I'm vegan now, so I don't eat chips, candy, cake, juice, and none of that. So can't get with no girl, man. She's still doing this, doing that. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. Just trying to.
When did you become vegan?
Yeah.
When did you become vegan?
I started back like 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
So 3 months ago. So no woman that eats what again?
Man, just try to eat right. Just try to work out, do something. You know what I'm saying? Like if you out of shape, of course you just like that. You happy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like work out or whatever. Like
let me skip ahead a little bit, okay? Because the core where she's actually berating him.
And
what's the I got bras in Atlanta. Who said that?
Nah, they try to joke.
Who?
Pretty at least, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful, like you know what I'm saying? Cause you don't really be on that with her, man. She gonna real deal. So you can check her 5 years from now. She might be doing the same thing. You know, 5 years from there, she might be living a good life, but she will be doing the same thing. But you can give us something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, not basically just only on the spiritual side, but you know, just about life, about people. And
the vast majority of Black women are regular. Okay. Unfortunately, he's a regular dude in the Black community, and the vast majority of Black men are regular. They just are. They don't want to admit it, but they are. If you hear them talk, they sound just like him. We already know what Kendra is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is, this is them right now. Okay.
bring her a good sense of awareness. You know what I'm saying? Comfortability, peace,
comfortability,
type of stuff like that.
Ooh, child. Okay. So okay. So Robert, Robert, how did you get along with your 3 baby mamas?
Nah.
You don't?
Yeah, to a certain extent.
In other words, don't work out. Basically, outside of the bedroom, and there's some showers out. All he actually said, right? Okay, as long as they prone, okay, they fine. They love you to death. Once they get on their feet, they're a completely different animal. He's telling him he don't get along with him. That's how come it don't work out. But the thing is, you had a baby by the man. You can't get along with him. Had a baby by the man. You can't get along with him.
Okay. Do you pay child support?
No.
You don't pay.
No. How did you take care of them financially? You got 3 kids.
Yeah, I don't gotta be on child support though.
You don't have to be on child support, but do you give them enough money to help them out each with children every month?
Yeah,
no.
something like that.
Something like that. In other words, the word is no. Okay, because they didn't. Because their real baby daddy's Uncle Sam. That's why.
I mean, like most they Alabama.
Here's the deal. And women and y'all gonna get mad when I say this, but I'm gonna say it. Put every man on child support, and let me tell you why. That's gonna be the best birth control. When these men gotta be liable via their paychecks every month, they're gonna stop having kids like it's nothing. And I know y'all gonna get mad, but that's gonna be the biggest birth control for men when they have to be financially responsible for every child that they make. And that's why you got
she don't say none of this shit to the women. She don't say nothing about prevention to the women. Zero. It's backwards, okay? We're the only community that puts birth control on the men. White women don't do that shit. Asian women don't do that shit, okay? They take responsibility for their womb. We're the only group of people that have a responsibility for a woman's womb and her choice. Only one. I think that I think they should develop birth control for black men. I really do. If black women are not going to take it seriously and we're going to get blamed anyway, give us the fucking choice.
3 kids back to back because these women didn't put your ass on child support. But I bet you if the 3-year-old mama would have had your ass on child support. Huh?
My dad was on child support. All my cousins, dad was like, all my brothers on child support, all my cousins. My dad was on child support.
See what all my cousins, all my daddy, blah, blah, blah. It's a generational curse, right? They're all doing the same shit. All doing the same shit. Not married, not in a committed relationship, not in a 2-parent household. They're all doing the same shit.
All my classmates, daddy was on child support. And nobody had no daddy. You know what I mean?
And nobody had no daddy. Okay, this is sad. This is what upsets me. Okay, this is what upsets me. Everybody's fucking pointing fingers and not fixing the goddamn problem. This is what upsets me, okay? And this is not new. If the problem was, it had just happened in 1960, 1970, 1980, 1990, whatever, I could deal with it, right? This shit goes back 150 years, 200 years. It's not new. Why do you think the black women give the child the father's last name? It's not because they want to honor him. It's because they want to make sure that you don't have no crossbreeding. If a boy and girl show up and have the same last name, they got to go back and check and make sure they don't have the same family line. That I'm not having sex with my half brother or my half sister, or one of my first cousin. That's why they give the last name of the father to the kids. It's because they have so many. Basically, in my youngest daughter, I think she was like 6, right? And she was looking through our family reunion album, right? And she saw all these different last names. And said, "How come all these people in the same family don't have the same last name?" The first thing she said, she shook her head and said, "I don't understand this world. I don't understand this world. And it's so common that it's regular. And women, black women, now they have the opportunity to actually celebrate it. They're letting you know what they really think. They're not ashamed of it. Okay. The thing is, now that they can actually do what they want to do, they're not ashamed, but they actually celebrate it. Okay. A baby shower is bigger than a wedding shower. They celebrate a single mother more than they celebrate a bride. Not out of respect to prevent inbreeding. Exactly. No, this is before feminism. I wish it was feminism. Anyhow, Mark said, "Would super stick appreciate you?" Let me go back and make sure I got all my. Because I got pissed. All black women are victims in Kendra's eyes. She clearly has a gender bias. I mean, she ain't the only one. If she was the only one, I could deal with it, right? And they hated Kevin. They hated Kevin for bringing this shit up. Daddy's knowledge didn't help her get a husband. No, it did not. See anybody else? See if I missed anybody. All right. I think I got everybody. Anyway. But the thing is, this is what pissed this, this is why, you know what, at this point, all the stuff is going on with them stripping away Section 8 and all the other kind of stuff, man. I pretty much get given up, written off the black community as a whole, right? Okay. These bitches are not going to change, okay? These bitches are not going to change, okay? This kind of guy represents a small percentage of men, okay? More relativism for Keisha, accountability for Ray Ray, yes. And the thing is, they keep having babies for Ray Ray. Ain't no consequence for Ray Ray because none of them put him on child support.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about the financial part because here's the deal: the 3-year-old mama would have had you on child support, and that money was coming out your work check every day. You would have been wearing condoms moving forward because you would have saw how it was hitting your finances. But a lot of you women out here ain't holding these men financially responsible. That's why they keep having kid after kid after kid. Nope.
How about her? How about her? A man cannot have a kid. A man cannot have a child. You're acting like these men are going into labor having kids. A man cannot have a child. Having kid after kid after kid. He's not having those kids. He's impregnating the women. He's not having kids.
Teach them how to control, making children that they don't want to financially pay for by making them financially responsible. And then they're going to stop having kids every which way because they don't feel it. Y'all don't feel it.
The thing is, and they get upset. And now the men are completely withdrawing, okay? They're not taking them out. They're not having sex with them. Completely withdrawn, right? And women are getting upset. Black women are the only group of women on the planet that will not hold their women accountable for shit. And Kendra does this on a daily basis. Ask him what kind. We see if we can find you $100,000 man. Help take care of your 6 kids by 6 different people. Okay. Anyway.
But the mother feel it because the mother ain't got no choice to feel it. The baby in her house, so she got the man.
She at her mama house. Well, they at their mama house though.
Oh God.
How about this? You should have had a house for her to be living with you.
But what if I did? What if I did? What if
what baby mama we talking about?
Either one. Either one. But what if they had?
Did you? So you had a house? Did you have a house for her to live in?
No.
Okay, then what? You can't judge her for living with her baby mama.
Why is she with him? Why is she having a baby for him? He don't have a house. This is what pisses me off. Okay, you don't never have no smoke for the chicks to come in. Never. See if I can find it. See if I have it. Because I was actually going to do this one. Let me let this play while I find it. I actually wanted to play it. Because this woman was she's in a car and she's a single mother, okay, and pregnant at the same time. Anyway, let me go ahead and let it play because it's like radio. You don't want silence.
House because that was your job to provide the house for her and the child that you created.
I want one like we really went in a real deep
Well, you wasn't you was real deep in the vagina, and now there's a whole human being on this planet, and the whole human being on the planet don't really got time for the excuses. They here now, so she living with her mama because you didn't provide the house for them to live in.
Oh,
yeah, that was she well for a matter.
I'm over it. The thing's, why did she pick him? I'm over it. They're always blaming black men for everything. Yes, they are, right? It's always Jermaine's fault. That's why I play it. That's why I play it. See if we can find this on TikTok, okay? Because I really want to. Because I actually wanted to do this one, okay? Because there's such a thing called let's see. See if I can find it. Favorites. Oh, here it is. All right, here we go. I did save it. All right. Let's go ahead and play it. Because I actually want to play this one because I started to play this one before. And this is this is a TikTok. It said Thailand is Shang Tzu's fault. It is. It's Shang Tzu's fault. Pamela, hopefully watching, we hold the line. The thing is, because I always get it, man. Because I get this from all kind of people, right? How are you going to repair the black community, right? Okay, how come you don't go in and talk positively about the black community and positively about black women and blah 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 blah, right? And I get this shit all the time, right? All right. Now this one, okay, this is a single mother who's pregnant, okay? And you listen to her story. You're gonna play a little bit of this, and then we're gonna jump out of here, okay? Because she has the same fucking story, okay? Same fucking story. Now she is not as ratchet and ghetto as homeboy is. She ain't from Alabama, okay? But it's the same shit.
That topic today. A little bit of background about myself. I am 27 years old. I have a 5-year-old daughter who's going to be 6 in a couple of weeks. And I am also with child. Second child. I'm having a boy. Basically, I came on here to kind of talk about my journey right now as a single pregnant mother. And I know everybody looking at me like I'm crazy now, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You know who you had a baby by, and this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not really the type of person to go do what I do, be grown, or whatever I want to call it. And then when I get pregnant, you know, like.
Did not the same the woman in Thailand, black woman in Thailand, say the exact same thing that she's saying? Okay, I'm not the one to actually do what I do and have this kind of fun and get pregnant and then abort the baby. The exact same verbiage. I am better than that. I'm holier than now. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'm gonna hold the line. I'm above reproach because I didn't go because I got pregnant. I didn't abort the baby because I am not that kind of. I'm a moral person, right?
Like the A word, get rid of it. I'm not that type of person. I know what I did, and I'm definitely just not comfortable with getting rid of my baby. Don't get me wrong. I'm not against people who, you know, are able to do that. Like, your body, your
body, your choice.
For your body, like that's just you. I'm just not the type of person. And of course, you don't think that like, oh, you get pregnant when you're with your boyfriend, you think that you want to be together. You know, you want things to work out, and when it don't, it's not like.
You want things to work out, but you don't work out the things before you get pregnant. Okay.
Rid of it, like, or something. I don't know. Can't really explain it, but yeah. I'm not getting rid of my baby. I wasn't gonna get rid of my baby because I thought, hey, we're gonna be together. We're gonna make this work. Unfortunately,
In other words, we're gonna be together. We're gonna be together. We're gonna make this work. Okay, because I determined we're gonna be together. We're gonna make this work. Okay, I can't. I can't tell you. I ain't gonna tell you how many times I heard that shit. Okay, personally. Okay. Thank God. Thank God. I have one baby mama. Okay, I didn't marry her for real good reasons. People want to marry your baby mama. A real good reason not to marry her ass. Okay, real good reasons. Okay. Whole bunch of bullshit. Why I got 2 kids by her. It is what it is. I'm not. I'm not. I always say I'm not. I am no saint. Okay. I don't purport myself to be a saint. She's the one that drove me to be a Gnostic behind her crazy ass. Anyhow.
it didn't. Cool. I would honestly say that this is not what I wanted. Like, I wanted to be married or engaged when I had my second child because the first one didn't work either.
And how come the first one didn't work? How come the first one did not work? They never explain how come the first one didn't work. It just don't work out. Okay. And that's what they always, Kendra G accepts it all the time. It just don't work out. Now, nobody's berating her about choosing better or not, or protecting yourself or having penalties for having this kid, because black women don't get penalties for having this kid. Okay. In fact, they're brood mares for the state because the state's gonna give them Section 8 child support, WIC, all kind of stuff to support the kid. They have no penalties like the day walker, right? Okay. All the powers and none of the drawbacks. Okay, none of the weakness, all the strengths, but none of the weaknesses. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that shit.
Yes, I have 2 baby daddies. Yes, I'm a statistic. Yes, yes, yes. All your questions, yes. But y'all not gonna get on here and make me feel bad. Like,
y'all not gonna get on here and make me feel bad, okay? Because I don't feel ashamed.
I know what I did. Okay, like, whatever. But I know I'm not the only person that's going through this. So that's why I honestly came on TikTok to talk about it, because pregnant and single is like by far one of the hardest things I've ever encountered. On top of being a mother, on top of
You've done it already. What are you talking about? It didn't work. The first one didn't work out. You did it already. It's not like this is the first time you did it.
Working full time, like, oh my God, y'all, this is hard. This is really
you've already done it the first time, and now you're crying because you're doing it again.
Hard, and that's why I came on here, like, mostly to vent.
Vent about what?
And then sometimes it'd be a lot of uplifting uplifting people out here. But yeah, pregnancy. And then you see everybody, like, when they're pregnant with their spouse and they're doing all the pictures, everything looks so cute, and you just like, oh, like, I wish that was me. Like, yeah, that's me right now. Very emotional, very wish that I had a boyfriend, very wish that I
You should have had a husband, not a boyfriend. And this is also what they call dating while single.
was with the person that I had my child with. You wish that, because that's what you want. Like, you want to give your kids a 2-parent household. Yes.
No, you don't. Otherwise, you'd have done it the right way.
I wanted all of that. And watching other people go through it, I just be like, oh my God, like, y'all so lucky, because being single is just like so many emotions, so many things you go through. You just like by yourself. Like, don't get me wrong, family and everything is very important. Family, friends.
No, you thought when you got pregnant, he was gonna change and he was gonna do what you wanted him to do because that was in your head. Okay. You thought if you got pregnant, you can hold on to the man. The thing is, she ain't telling the whole truth. She got pregnant on purpose. I can guarantee because that big gap in between the time that she had her first kid, because I think she said her daughter is 6 or 7 years old, right? That's a big 5-year gap. You did not get pregnant in that time. Why with him? After 6 years, why get pregnant again with him? And it's an accident. Bullshit.
Yes, love y'all down. Like, y'all have been my support system. But it's different when you have the male figure that you know, that you share the baby with. Like, it's so different. It just feels different. Like, at the beginning of my pregnancy, I did have him. You know, we was good. We was working through everything cool, but just things, you know, didn't work out.
They didn't work out. You were a bitch. That's why. Okay. He didn't want to marry you. Okay, because you thought he was gonna get out on one knee because you were pregnant. Didn't work out that way.
Decided to split up or whatever, mutual feelings. Like, we both decided that it was for the best. Yeah. I do want to say that to my other mommies who has a toddler and who's pregnant and working and just basically trying to make sure everything is okay, like, mommy guilt is definitely going to kick your butt. If it's not already doing so, it's going to get to you. Don't let it get to you. Like, try your hardest to fight through it. I
No,
know it's
the thing is, she thought they're dating, and she thought she wanted to marry him. Okay, and she didn't qualify for his wife, so she gonna force the issue by getting pregnant. And I can't tell you how many times I've heard this. Right? Okay. I thought getting pregnant, having a baby, because it changes me, it's gonna change him. He's not having a baby. You are. If he didn't want to marry you before, what makes you think he's going to marry you after you get pregnant? I married before she carries. Only American-born black female allowed in my home is my dog. SYSBM passport gang gonna get me a Japanese Brazilian. this, this is the backwards logic of black females. They think that a baby's gonna force you to marry them. Maybe we should go back to the shotgun marriage. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. And then after 4 or 5 years, they don't want to be married to you, and they leave anyway.
hard to say this, but like, I'm literally experiencing it. Like, you gotta fight. You gotta fight. You gotta fight, babe. You got to, because if you stay in your head, like, thinking about all the stuff that you could be doing, or you feel like you're not doing enough, whatever, ma'am, you are one strong individual. You're doing this by yourself. Like,
And this is the strength. Okay, this is a strength to them, right? Thank you for the super chat. It's amazing how these God-fearing women choose the pookies, commit fornication, claim abortion is evil, and refuse to submit to the man. Yep. She know that man didn't want to marry her.
got this. And not trying to take credit from people who do have their spouse. You're a strong individual as well. Trust me, I'm not trying to take away from motherhood. No, we all some strong women. You gotta keep it.
We all some strong women, some strong black women. Okay.
Step kid, whatever. You're a strong individual. But my message is really just pinpointing out to single pregnant women.
Single pregnant women.
Even if it's your first, or if you already got a baby, like, this is hard. It's not no game. It's not no joke. Like, we really out here fighting for our lives, and we got this. Stay strong. You know, everything happens for a reason. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but
Matt Larson calls these women instincts, involuntary single. I don't think they're involuntary. So, like the last guy, okay, they had them 3 baby mamas, okay. They didn't want to marry him. They wanted to go out and get their child support, or to really child support wouldn't have been enough. That's how come they didn't put him on child support, right? Because the state will pay them more than he could. That's why.
But it does. But mommy, we got this. We got this. That concludes my little rant. I'm gonna try to get on here and do a daily journal every day, just to check in with my fellow females. Yeah, it's kind of helping me too, cause like, I don't got a lot of people to talk to, so coming on here talking to y'all is kind of like stepping outside of my zone.
Now she sounds demure, right? Okay, you would think she's demure, right? Okay, she's the humble little soft-spoken woman, right? Okay, but when you check out her page, okay, This is what you get. See if you can find it, okay? And this is something while she was pregnant. So you can find it. See if we can find it. This is why she was pregnant. You see, present screen, and we'll get out of here after that, right? Okay. This is why she was pregnant.
If you are an expecting mama, comment when you are due and like and follow. Let's be friends.
That is her, okay? That is her. That's her. She's not demure, okay? She's not that demure woman that you think. Okay. Check this one out, okay?
Dame un poquito, dame lo que quiero. Sí, eso es mío. Yo me lo merezco. Dame un poquito, dámelo, papito. Dámelo enterito. Dame lo que quiero.
That's who she really is, okay? She's not the quiet, soft-spoken, demure woman that you thought, okay? That's who they are. Anyhow, I punched my clock. Like I said, I can't tell you how far back this goes, man. And I am tired. I'm tired of hearing this. And when you hear the other side about the guys it didn't work out with, okay? Now that's why that particular video, that particular episode should go viral. Should go viral. Because that every time you hear those women that have 6 kids by 6 different baby daddies, okay? That's the baby daddy. That's the baby daddy type. Okay, he's the one that has 4 or 5 kids by 4 or 5 different women. That's her counterpart. That's how come it didn't work out. It was never supposed to work out. It's never supposed to work out. She ain't gonna tell you that he had 5 kids by 5 different women. It's because she would be shamed. Well, it just didn't work out. We wasn't compatible. Blah blah. Because he was your jump off. He didn't have window nor bucket. He had no bucket nor window. Okay, just like you. And the thing is, nobody is even talking about doing anything about it. It's always, black men have to step up. Black men have to stop impregnating all these women. Blah 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 blah. Nobody gets on the women for having these kids. Okay, a man cannot carry a baby for 10 months. Impossible. He cannot have a baby. Ain't no man on the planet can have a baby. Only women can have babies. The first thing, what did Kendra G put all these men on child support? Child support has been around since the 1960s. Okay, hasn't done squat. In the 90s, man, the late 80s, early 90s, right? The draconian child support actually showed up, right? It was worse back in the 90s than it is now. At least men have a fair shot now. Back in the 90s, you had no shot. Okay, I know 5 brothers that I lost over stress over this fucking child support. 5 of them that died in their 40s of stress because of this shit. Didn't even solve the problem. The beat still goes on. In fact, the problem just got worse. Didn't get better, got worse. The problem is not the men. If you really thought the problem was the men, get the men birth control. They can't because you wouldn't have no baby. I guarantee you get a man birth control, you ain't gonna have all these babies. The fertility rate be 0.5. If you take the birth control out of the woman's hand and give it to the man, guarantee you ain't gonna have all these babies. If man gonna take his birth control, he gonna use his birth control, right? You give him 31 forms of birth control, he gonna use one of them. He ain't gonna have all these babies. But they know that they won't do it because the state wants kids, okay? The state wants them to have these babies. They just want you to pay for them. Anyway, let me get out of here. Well, the thing is, what I would love to see is Kendra have, you know what? I would love for Kendra to have, say, one of those chicks that have 6 different baby daddies, okay? I would love to have just one special where she have the woman with the six kids and have all her baby daddies all on the same screen so they can all tell their story. What happened? How come it didn't work out with you? How come it didn't work out with you? How come it didn't work out with you? I would love to see that. You get one baby mama with six kids by 6 different baby daddies and all the baby daddies up there at one time. Because I want to hear that story. I want to hear the other side. Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here, man. That's why there will never be a male birth control. They've been experimenting with it. You know, there's about 5 different kinds. Okay, that can never get FDA approval. 5 different methods that cannot get approved by the FDA. 5 of them. Anyhow, let me get out of here, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, but you know the thing is this pissed me off. Okay, it's really pissed me off. It pissed me off. You know, Kendra G has been doing this for so long. She's listened to Kevin. She see the pitiful excuses that these women have. But as soon as a guy gets up there, all of a sudden, she want to preach. I want to see if she's gonna preach to these single mothers after this. I doubt it. She wouldn't make no money. Anyway, y'all, let me run. Okay.
And with that, I just have 2 more words to say. Obama out.